Welcome to Live, Life Inspired Views for Every Day. My name is Chris Meyer, and I'm a curious soul. How many times a day do you hear or say, "Oh, I hate that"? The word hate leaps from our lips without a thought. Generally, we don't really mean it, but most of the time we just strongly dislike whatever we are referring to. Our society, as well as we ourselves, let hating things or situations just go by. But when it comes to people, I believe we need to look at it differently. Hate is defined as an intense, unending loathing of someone. Who popped into your mind when I said that? Hate is a powerful and scary weapon. It has taken lives, relationships, destroyed countries, and so much more. For people dealing with hate in relationships, there are some trademarks that we should note. One is how long it lasts. Have you heard someone say, "I will never forgive them for what they did to me"? That sentence also harkens another trademark, which is the refusal to change. Haters become trapped in their hate. They cannot get the wrong out of their minds, and in that sense, they allow the person they hate to render some control in their lives. Why would we want to give away control to someone we so desperately despise? Do you think they deserve taking continued residence inside of us? Love and hate are both passionate feelings. They are intense. Most of us have hated someone in our lives, but some people are consumed by their hate. They cannot and will not let it go. They're stuck. Today, with our society so divided, we all run the risk of letting these feelings wrap themselves tightly in our own hearts and in our minds. In the book Letting Go of Anger by Ron and Pat Potter Efron, they describe four characteristics that feed hate. The first is resentment. The Latin word for resentment is to feel again. That means we continue to let wounds bleed, carry grudges, and refuse to forgive because then we'd have to go on living our lives. The second is victim logic. We sit helplessly as victims of another person's deeds. The third is intensity. The feeling of hate is powerful. People feel alive and energetic talking about the person and their awfulness. And the fourth is vengeance. Haters spend hours taking time to think of how they would like to make their enemies pay. As I read the research, I was caught by the fact that haters live in the past. It makes sense. Ruminating is the key word or symptom, if you will. It's mulling over the wounds, reliving the deed. Potter Efrons relate three kinds of wounds haters replay. Number one, commission. Those are things that people have done to them. Number two is omissions. Those are the times people fail to be nice to them or meet their expectations. They remind themselves that they have been treated unfairly. And number three, they're shortfalls. This happens when people hated try to make things better, but the hater believes they are not trying hard enough or it is too late. Haters can let go, but often hate has become a habit. Haters fear change or they are afraid that they won't get the justice that they deserve or want. And sometimes they don't want to give up the fun of hating. Thich Nhat Hanh says, "Everything, including love, hate, and suffering, needs food to continue. If suffering continues, it's because we are feeding our suffering." Makes me wonder how we are feeding hate. It can be like a toxin, like a cavity is to a tooth. It can become like a slow growth of pain within us and turn us into someone we would really not like to be or even to spend time with. Gandhi said, "My life is my message." What message do you want to live? So if hate or anger isn't the solution, what is? I believe, as I have said in many of these podcasts, that love is the answer. It is more powerful than fear or hate or anger. It restores us. It truly is the most powerful force in the universe. Spinoza said, "The highest activity a human being can attain is learning for understanding, because understanding is to be free." Spinoza wasn't saying that understanding the wrong a person did makes it a right thing. I believe he is encouraging us to understand what might drive that person, how it affects us, and what we can do with it to become better and not to lower ourselves to become who we know we do not want to be. Martin Luther King Jr. said it best. I have decided to stick with love. Hate is too great a burden to bear. People have done heinous things to others, and we fear people who have the potential to do those things to us. But we do not need to allow hate the open door it needs to control a part of us. The tools to resist that control are through understanding and forgiveness. This week on your bathroom mirror, write, I have decided to stick with love. Hate is too great a burden to bear. Join me next Monday for Live, Life Inspired Views for Every Day. I'm Chris Meyer, and I'm a curious soul.